When a recent Newsweek article says that the risk of permanent vision loss from taking GLP-1 medications like Ozempic is quote unquote low, that should not end the discussion. I'm attorney Tracy Paulsen, founder of Rightful Legal. I'm not a medical doctor, obviously, and I'm not telling anyone whether to start or stop any prescription medications. That decision's between you and your doctor. But as an attorney, I look at a different question. Were patients adequately warned about a potential permanent injury before they agreed to accept the risk? The article in Newsweek discusses a possible connection between GLP-1 medications and a condition called NAION, N-A-I-O-N. NAION is an injury to the optic nerve that can cause sudden, painless, and potentially permanent vision loss. The study underlying the article found that the absolute number of additional cases was relatively small, but rare does not mean insignificant, especially when the injury may be permanent and there's no established treatment that reliably restores vision that was lost. The study also involved patients with type 2 diabetes who were comparing one form of medical treatment against another. It does not completely answer the risk-benefit question for someone using GLP-1 primarily for weight loss, particularly when the medication is not medically necessary. For a patient facing serious complications from diabetes or clinically significant obesity, the potential benefits may justify accepting certain risks. But what about someone who's using the drug to lose some weight? Or someone who has diabetes who can obtain the similar benefits from taking medications other than Ozempic or Trulicity or Rybelsus or Zepbound? Would that person have made the decision to take GLP-1s if they had been clearly warned about the risk of permanent optic nerve damage that can lead to blindness? That question is now part of a federal litigation. In late 2025, federal GLP-1 vision loss lawsuits were consolidated into a multi-district litigation in the Eastern District of Pennsylvania. The litigation is being overseen by Judge Karen Marston. These cases allege that manufacturers of GLP-1 medications like Eli Lilly failed to provide adequate warnings about NAION and its potential relationship to drugs in this class. The court has identified medications including Ozempic, Wegovy, Saxenda, Trulicity among the products involved. An MDL is not a class action lawsuit. Each injured person maintains an individual claim, but the cases are coordinated for discovery, scientific evidence, and other major pretrial rulings. The litigation is still developing. There's about 142 cases. The creation of an MDL does not mean that causation or manufacturer liability has been proven. They have to go through bellwether trials. However, if you used a GLP-1 medication and were later diagnosed with NAION, you may be eligible to pursue an individual claim in the MDL. Eligibility will depend on several factors, including the medication you used, when you used it, when your vision symptoms began, whether an ophthalmologist confirmed the NAION diagnosis, and what your medical and pharmacy records show. Do not assume that you are automatically eligible or included in this MDL. Filing deadlines and statutes of limitations do apply, so waiting can affect your legal rights to compensation. If you have questions about your potential NAION case or whether you may have a claim for justice and compensation against the manufacturers like Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly, you can reach me directly at 617-821-5856. I am available for a free confidential consultation. You can reach me again at that number. I look forward to speaking and I hope you have a great day.